Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody's having a great day. Today we're going to start our very first video. I think it's only appropriate if it's going to be our first video to start from the beginning. So we're going to kick it off by showing everybody how to use the germination kit that we sell on our website. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope it gives you all the knowledge you need to get things started. And if you feel like it, follow us along and see how the grow goes. We will be doing this grow from seed to harvest is the plan. So if you want to follow along and figure out how to grow your first plant, then hey, follow along with us. It's going to be a pretty long series. I'm not a video editor, so it may take a minute, but as things change and as updates come in, you'll get them. To get started, I think it's best to print all of the labels for the seeds. We're going to start out with Northern Lights. And power there. All right, so these are the settings that I found best for this mat and my germination method. And I want to do a couple of things in this little experiment. I want to try germinating the seeds in the cups till I get a taproot and then finish the germination here, and versus just starting in the germination canisters and seeing what the difference comes to be, if there's one method that proves better than the other. So I think we're going to go 2 and 2 on the method. But what you want to do is start out with some pH spring water, and that's the easiest way I've found to do it, just because getting RO water set up for me is more difficult than just grabbing a bottle of spring water out of the bag. So that's what we're going to do first. I actually have a leftover bottle of spring water from the last germination. So what we want to do with our kit is first open up the kit. You'll notice your kit came with tweezers, a bottle, the container, and cotton pads. You'll get more cotton pads, but this kit's been used. What I like to start out doing is just putting the cotton pads in there. Maybe take a cap of spring water, I guess. Not even so much, just, you don't need much. There's something in that cap that's probably not going to hurt anything, but we'll remove it just in case. All right, so, and you could have just poured it in there, but I am keen to make mistakes sometimes. You don't want to fill the container up, but you can't overdo this as long as you don't just fill the container. Because what we want to do is get the bottom nice and moist, as so. And we want to take how many ever seeds we're germinating. Remember, when you're germinating, to make sure to separate your seeds by genetics. So we're just going to take our seeds, just plop them in here. If we need to move them around, we want them to be kind of evenly spaced. And we're going to be planting all the same type of seeds, just to see what we get here. But what we are going to do is we want to see if we get a taproot faster doing it this way, or just straight into water. So there we go, there's our spring water. Since I used this spring water last time, this spring water has actually been pH'd. If you don't know how to pH your water, just drop me a little note in the comments and I'll help you. We'll make a video on how to pH your water, but there's thousands on YouTube how to pH water in any situation. So and also this water is a 2-to-1 mixture of hydrogen peroxide. And how we do that is which cup did I drop it in? That one, okay. We'll drop this one in here. All right, now we're all set up for the experiment here. Now, the 2-to-1 mixture of hydrogen peroxide, if you ask me, is very important. I get really good results with the 2-to-1 mixture. And so I will demonstrate that now. The only thing I do to make that 2-to-1 mixture of hydrogen peroxide, let's just say that bottom line in the cup will fill up to that with hydrogen peroxide. Then we'll use a cup to put some water in. We'll fill up to the same line. We'll dump it in with our hydrogen peroxide, then we'll fill it up to the same line again. We'll dump it in with our hydrogen peroxide. And there's our 2-to-1 mixture. That cup's pretty full, so we may want to just dump it in a bigger cup. Swish it around a bit. And pour a bit in here. And a bit in here. Now, obviously, the more seeds you're germinating, you may need more water, you may need less water, but usually a spring water bottle and a little bit of hydrogen peroxide works for me. This is plenty to, that little bit I mixed would have been plenty to do every bit of what we just did. And so now it becomes the waiting game just to see what sprouts first. What we will be doing is we'll take these, kind of center them. Then we'll take this, cover the top, take a bit more water. All this water is mixed now, so it doesn't really matter. And then if we had, say, if we wanted to plant the Acapulco Gold seeds, we would put them on top, put another cotton pad on top of that, and keep going for how many ever genetics we wanted to plant. But today we're just going to plant one type of genetics and put the lid on. The heating pad is on, so it's going to keep it around 77. I'm pretty sure I usually pump it up to about 80, just to, because this here is, it's a little thicker, so it may take a little more to pump up. This deal here with the seeds, you want these seeds to sink, but you don't exactly want to force them. I usually like to tap them a few times. And if they don't sink, I'll let them sit for 12 hours and tap them again. These are definitely not sinking right now, so we'll just leave them like that. We'll plop that over them so they're nice, and so it's nice and dark, and just pop a label on the top there just to let me know that these are different types of seeds, whatever seed is underneath the cup. I would also label my canister. If I had different types of seeds, I have a notepad that I will write down what's on the bottom and then go each level from there and write it down, but these are our survival mode grows germination kits. I love using them. I looked for something forever, and this is my first time getting to experiment to see if they actually are faster than just dropping them in the water. I like them because I've always germinated this way, And even when I do drop in water, usually if I come back after 24 hours and they haven't popped a taproot, I stick them into something like this. So that is most likely what we will be doing. I'm just looking to see if the canister will do it with it and I can just skip this step. So that's what we're going to do. 24 hours later, we have, let's see what we have here. The seeds in the cup. I don't see a taproot. Let's see how close we can get here. There is a split in the seed, rather. Oh, it's sunk. There we go. Now, let's go with this one, see what we've got. Right off, I don't see a taproot. I see something, but I think it's just an air bubble. Yeah, that one doesn't have any type of taproot yet. So this one's cracked after, this one cracked after 24 hours. This one has no signs of anything. Uh-oh. No. We actually have our longest taproot, I think. Yeah, definitely. So there's the taproot for the germination. So far, our germination kit is taking the cake. But then again, we have a seed that has no signs of anything at all. Okay, well, it's floating, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to remove the seed and put it into here, because usually after 24 hours I will place my soaking seeds into this anyway. So let's go ahead and grab another cotton swab.
24 hours later.
We left off with our seeds germinating under the cups. We also have seeds in here. There's one seed under each cup, 2 seeds in here. You can germinate the seeds in the both same cup, but since I use shot glasses, I separate them. But I'm going to save this one for last because that is our experiment and to see what happens. So I think first we're going to check out this one. All right, so this one, let's see if we got any action here. This seed doesn't appear to have much going on. It is floating for some reason. This seed is, don't see anything going on here, but we'll check them all at the same time, just so we can kind of know what to do in the next step here. Okay, so we have we have 2 taproots. Nice size taproots. And the bottom of this is perforated, if you can see, to where it doesn't flood the taproots. So that's why I say you can't really put too much water in it. And then, so with that being said, we're going to keep these separated. I just want to scoot it over toward the middle. Scoot this one. And put our pad right here. We'll use the 2-1 mixture of hydrogen peroxide and water. Put there. And then we'll take this seed. Some of this water off. Oh, there goes all the water. Okay, so now we can just dump this right in. Okay, maybe not. Definitely no evidence of a taproot coming from this seed. So let's grab this one. I think I see the taproot. Alright, this one you can definitely see the taproot here. It's just starting to poke out, but it's definitely there. But I do think the 2 that we started in the container definitely have better taproots. So, pretty much we're just going to wait to see if that taproot comes out and let them all get a little bit longer, and then we will start our planting process. So, I think that is the basics of how to germinate your seeds.